Hey y'all, welcome to Cowgirl Collectibles. I'm Angela and today is a big deal for me. I'm unboxing my very first Breyer model horse. If you're new to Breyer too, you are definitely in the right place because I'm learning as I go and we're going to figure this hobby out together. If you see me looking off camera, it's because I'm checking my notes. So here's the quick version of what I've learned so far. Breyer has been making realistic hand-painted horse models since 1950. Every single horse model is unique because it's painted by hand. They make them in different sizes or scales. For instance, there's a traditional size, which is a 1/9 scale. Then they have the Freedom series, which used to be called the Classic series, which is the 1/12 scale. And then they have what's called the, oh my goodness, stablemates, and they are about this big, 1/32 scale. And then they have teeny tiny ones called mini winnies, and they fit in the palm of your hand. I've seen videos where people actually put them in soaps or candles, which I think is really cute. Um, so they make them in different sizes or scales, and they cover everything from real famous horses, like real life horses, all the way to fantasy designs like unicorns and Pegasus, that sort of thing. What makes them so special, at least to me, is how detailed they are and how much of a community there is around collecting them. Every year, around the middle of July or beginning of July, there is something called the Breyer Fest that happens in Lexington, Kentucky. They've been doing this for a long, long time. And the community of collectors and even social media, YouTubers and Instagram people, they all flock to Lexington from all over the world and get together for this festival, which is all about Breyer horses, the models, and real life horses. And of course, Lexington, Kentucky is the horse capital of the world, so there's all kinds of excitement surrounding horse model collecting and meeting up with other people who are into the hobby as well. And then throughout the year, if you join the collector club, you get a chance of um, buying special editions, limited editions, things like that. Um, so there's a lot of fun things surrounding Breyer. So I come from a history of not collecting model horses. When I was a child, I did collect and play with My Little Pony because I was an 80s baby. And that is about the closest thing to horse related anything, aside from maybe a Barbie horse. I never had a Barbie horse, but I used to play with my friends. But I was a doll collector on and off throughout my entire life. I can't even tell you why I even just fell into this. I don't know what really brought it on. For a long time, I've been obsessed with Japan and anime, and I mean, for most of my adult life. Um, and something just clicked in me that I felt pretty like Japan is such it's a world away, and I live in the United States. I actually live in the South. I live in Georgia. And even though I love Japan and I love everything about Japan and all of the culture and subcultures and pop culture of Japan, I will never actually be able to experience it in person. And so I've been kind of studying about culture in school because I'm going back to college. And yes, I don't know if I'm going through a midlife crisis, but I decided to go back to school and finish and get my degree. And I am studying a lot about cultures because I'm going for my sociology degree. And something clicked inside. It told me that I need to really kind of bring myself back and kind of appreciate our culture as an American culture. And what better way to kind of experience that but through our history of horses and, um, the Southwest and Western culture. And so I've been kind of fixated on that for the past, like, I would say month. And, but it doesn't fit into the stuff I've already collected over the years. My office is full of books and dolls and Japanese. manga and collecting a lot of figurines, Pokemon, things like that. And so I was thinking about remodeling, well, not remodeling, but redecorating my home to fit a Southwest theme. Um, and I was going through a lot of artwork, and there was so much beautiful horse artwork, and um, I'm really fixated also on cattle and cows, and I just think that all of that is not purely American, but it's very American, and just trying to appreciate and learn more about my own culture because I haven't really had any interest in it up until now. And then it just dawned on me. I've seen Breyer. It's not something I've never really come across or anything. I've never had a Breyer. I've never known anybody that collected Breyer personally. But I remember going to the store shopping for my kids' toys and being in the toy aisle and seeing Breyer horses and stopping and looking at them and thinking they were very cool. And wouldn't even mind buying myself or my kids any, but I knew that my kids were into horses. Now, I grew up around horses. My grandparents on my dad's side had cattle and all kinds of animals have been out of our life. We've had dogs, cats. My dad owned horses while I was an adult. It's not something that I actually grew up with as a child, but I did volunteer at stables. I was in 4-H, and I was also a Girl Scout, and I worked alongside a lot of other volunteers at the um, nature center and at the 4-H center and at the stables. Um, I grew up military, so we had stables on base. And so I've been around horses and loved horses. I just know, I never had one of my own. And then when I got older in high school, I had a friend that had a horse, and I would stay at her house on the weekends, and we would go and spend time with her horse because it was boarded on somebody else's property. And just absolutely fell in love with riding because I used to be able to ride a horse. And then when I got even a little older, um, I joined, I went on a youth trip through my church. And we went and did some trail riding in the mountains in North Georgia. And it probably still is one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. And I really enjoyed spending all times with the horses. And I wish I had got to know my dad's horses better before he sold them. He had them for about a decade, but my life was completely different. We didn't live near each other, so I lived in the city. He lived out in the rural part, and it was too much for us to really visit each other. Um, and I was busy with kids and work and juggling life, and so was he because he was also working full time, and it was just really hard for us to get together. And we tried to have the kids visit with the horses. My son liked the horses. My daughters were babies, and they were kind of scared of the horses at the time. But now I'm getting back into horses. Um, and it's kind of left me a little um, discombobulated because the Breyer world, horse model world, does not translate like the doll world. So everything's a little different. I didn't even know you could show model horses. So I will speak a little bit more about that here soon. I keep getting these notifications. I'm filming on my laptop, and I'm sorry if um, there's distractions around me, but I might get a notification pop up here and there that I have to get rid of. But so I have my phone here on the side with notes and everything, and I'm just very excited because today I'm going to be unboxing my very first Breyer model, which I'll show you here in a minute. Um, let's see. So that's about the community of it all, is the Breyer Fest and joining the Collector Club. Um, and I just joined, and honestly, it's been so helpful for a beginner like me to join the Collector Club. Even if there's really nothing going on at the moment in the Collector Club, you can join the Collector Club, and then you'll be able to join the other 3 clubs as well, which right now they're closed for the year. I'm filming this in August, which is right after Breyer Fest. But you're able to join the forums and read articles and get to know more about Breyer. And also, when you sign up and create your own account, you'll start getting emails from Breyer, and they'll start telling you about events that they're having. Like right now, they're getting ready to do a photo show called Boo. I don't know too much about it, but I read into it a little bit. Um, I would have to start boot camp because I've never shown a model horse before. And boot camp is something that have, I think, towards the end of spring every year, but they might have it more than once a year. I'm not 100% sure. But I know the last one they had was like back in May or June. And basically, it's for people who have never shown before. It's photo horsing, photo shows. So you can do it completely online. You don't actually have to go anywhere live. But it sounds intriguing because it's not something that I've ever done with dolls. It's not something I've ever done with anything I've ever collected before. And you could actually win prizes for your models. Like if they're in a certain condition or if they're a certain rarity. I think that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of Pokemon. Like when you have a really rare card and it's in a really good condition, you go get it sent to get graded. Or even comic books. It's kind of in the same vein as that. So that is pretty intriguing. When I started watching some videos on Breyer Fest, I was hit hard with confusion. I had no idea what anything was like, what was going on. People were talking about different kinds of horses that they had purchased or pre-purchased. There's special editions, limited runs, things of that nature. I don't know the difference between what is what. And then you have the Clarion. Like, it was a lot. And so I had to watch several videos, even some over and over again, to kind of get a grasp of what Breyer Fest entailed, because there's so much going on. I mean, I thought it was just like a horse show and you go and you get to buy, special models, but there's more to it than just that. And so many people attend. Me and my family are planning on going next year. So it's very exciting for that reason alone. My husband has been kind of interested in Breyer as well. So this might end up being a big deal. um, so like I said, I just joined the Breyer Collector Club and it's been so helpful. And you get access to exclusive models, early announcements, and please, if you join the Collector Club, make sure you go to the forums. You'll be able to link, there's a link at the very top of the website where it says Collector Club Forum or something to that degree. And there'll be a Collector Club newbie thread. And there's all kinds of tips and tricks and people asking questions. And you can read through those. And some of the questions that you might have will be answered there. Trust me. I had a lot of questions when I first joined, and I had no idea how the Collector Club even worked because I was so confused as to why I couldn't join the other clubs. Turns out they're closed, and there's certain rules you have to go. It's a different world. Breyer is a different world, but it's so intriguing. And you kind of fall in love with these model horses. I haven't even opened my first one yet, and I'm already like, I can't wait to get into this hobby. But so sign up for Breyer email so you don't miss sales and new releases. So basically, if you create yourself an account and make sure you have your email up to date, Breyer sends out several emails a week letting you know about sales, upcoming things that are coming out, new releases, things of that nature. And these are things you don't want to miss if you're a big time collector or somebody who wants to start collecting. My wallet and my bank account's not going to like me very much. My husband's already a little worried that I might go overboard. Um, but I'm excited. This is a new chapter for me. I have never been so excited about a hobby before. So much so that I started a YouTube channel and my Instagram account as well. So that's all going to be linked together. So yeah, I'm very excited. But you need to check the Collector Club forums like I mentioned before. And big heads up, just to give you some kind of news, the Halloween collection is coming out later this month. So they usually have a pretty substantial collection of horses that are all decorated for Halloween. I'm so excited. I plan on getting the collection and unboxing and showing you what the collection is all about. But I also encourage you, if you're interested, to please keep your eyes peeled for that, especially if you love Halloween. And these horses to me are just very fun. I love the holidays, and they do have a Christmas line as well. But there's all kinds of stuff coming out this fall. Fall seems like to be the biggest season for collectors outside of Breyer Fest. I haven't seen a lot of news about spring stuff, but I don't know. I didn't join until recently, so I'm not sure if there's anything that big that I missed other than like the 2025 reveals and things coming out. But I didn't see much coming out in spring, but I'm sure there was. So by next spring, we'll have more information about that kind of stuff. Watching other people's videos is a little strange to me because they don't really explain much about the Collectors Club. I've seen some explanation, but it seems like the club has changed a lot over the years and gone back and forth. So it's not, I haven't seen much updates or many updates as far as like 2025, like how the Collector Club operates and when releases come out. So this is something that I'm going to be learning probably on my own or through the forums. So whatever I find out, I'll plan on sharing here on my channel. So now for the moment we've all been waiting for. I've been kind of going back and forth on whether I should even do this video because I feel like I'm more excited about this horse than anybody else I've ever seen online. And she's been out for a couple of years and she's been reproduced many times. So it's not like she's a brand new, exciting horse to a lot of older veteran collectors. But I saw her and I knew I had to have her. And I did not buy this model from Breyer. I saw her on Amazon. And Amazon is a authorized dealer of Breyer horses. So if you find Breyer on Amazon, it's the real deal. It's going to be the real price, sale or otherwise. They usually have most of their older models on Amazon. They're not going to have anything new or limited edition. So there's that. But I want to show you. Da, 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 da. I know that some people will not be very excited about this horse, but I am so excited about this horse. And there's a reason why. So this is Carltonlima Emma. This was Queen Elizabeth's II's horse. And this is true to scale, 1/9. She's a traditional size. It's going to have it up on the corner. She's a traditional size. So this is the largest size. But because she's a fell pony, which is here, she's a small horse. She's not a big horse. I can't wait to compare her to a full-size horse so that I can do like a size comparison for her. But here's a portrait of what she looks like in real life. I'm not sure if she's still living. I haven't done that much research recently, but I was born in England. My dad was in the Air Force, and I just happened to be born overseas. And my mother and I were just big fans of the royals, and we kept up with Diana and the Queen and all that good stuff. And it was really hard when both of them passed away. So when I saw this horse on Amazon, and she was for a really good price, I think I only paid like $30 for her. I couldn't pass her up. I know she's not new. I know she's not limited edition. I see people, I see her in stores and people just passing her by. So she doesn't seem like she's an exciting model to have for big collectors, I guess. But I love her. I've had her since yesterday. She arrived yesterday. And I've been waiting to do this video so I can unbox her. But I wanted to talk about the box. So as you can see, it's a display box. So there's a big window. All Breyer boxes, for the most part, like you'll see these kind of boxes in stores. I don't have Breyer in any of the stores around my area. We have one Tractor Supply that's way across town. And I haven't bothered to even try to go there to see if they even carry Breyer because it's so far out. I live in a pretty big city, so to get from one side of the town to the other, it takes like 30 minutes at the very least. And I could really just order online if I need something or want something instead of looking on the store. Now, when the in-store exclusives might come out, that might be a different story. But when I look online for authorized dealers that are in store. The closest one is like an hour and a half away, so I don't even know if this Tractor Supply carries Breyer. I have no idea. If I go to that side of town for anything, I might stop by and see. But otherwise, I'm probably going to be making most of my purchases online. But yes, it's a display box. It has a big Breyer logo there. And it says a horse of my very own, which I think is so cute and exciting for kids and adults that you finally get yourself a horse of your very own. And I've never owned a horse, but I've always wanted one. I've always loved horses, so this is very, very cute. Usually up on the corner here, it's going to tell you what size and scale your horse is going to be. It'll usually have a portrait here, what the breed is. On the back art, it's going to tell you the name and maybe give you like some sort of a, I don't know, some sort of artwork or something in the background that um, kind of gives away where the horse is from or what kind of a horse it is, like a racetrack if it's a racing horse, that sort of thing. And then you'll have your age range here, and this is for 8 years old and up. And adults collect these, so you don't feel bad if you want these and you're an adult. I'm in my mid-40s. I don't care. I love them. On the side here, and I think this is just really for her, but on the side here there's a gold ribbon that says a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Fell Pony Society and Girl Guiding, which Girl Guides are like the Girl Scouts, but they're in England. So you have that there. And the same thing on the other side. The top is just yellow with the Breyer logo. And then on the back, which this is why it's kind of like, do we unbox these? Because the boxes are so nice. This is a really nice, substantial box. But here, and I don't know if it's mirrored on the film. I know it's mirrored here, but when I play it back, it might be. I don't know. But it gives you a little biography of her story and what she is and who she belonged to. And I think it's so sweet. And I'm not going to read this out to y'all. But look at her. She is such a beautiful little pony. Like a little miniature Clydesdale is what they remind me of, the Fell Ponies. And, yeah, and then on the bottom is all about Breyer. Welcome to the world of Breyer. And it's just really cool. It's a really nice box. It's a very substantial, nice, glossy box. I've got fingerprints all over it because I've been looking at her for a couple of days now. So, I'm going through my notes. So, all right, we're going to open her. I'm going to be gentle. I don't think I'm going to be keeping this box. I could, if I was to collect a bunch of these, I could not keep the boxes. And I don't even know where I'm going to keep my horses yet. I'm probably going to have a yard sale and downsize some of my other collections so that I can start, you know, getting some. I have a lot of shelves in my office, but it's all books that I haven't read yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might get storage or something to store away some stuff that I'm not really needing to have out right now. But let me cut some of the tape. I have been waiting for this all day long, for the right time to film and for the right time to unbox her, and get a really good look at her face and see if she has any other markings. Because I think she's got some dappling, but I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to tell. But I could have sworn I saw a couple of pictures of her in some good lighting where she had dappling, so I don't know if that is captured in the model or not. Here we go, guys. I'm going to slide her out. And it's really easy, it seems, to slide out the model. She's got hung up on something. I'm sure in the back here, yeah. Okay. Here we go. And it looks like they've got some random cardboard horses on it to cover this, so that's very interesting. Oh, but she is gorgeous. I don't know if I can tell in this lighting. I might have to get a flashlight, but I don't see dappling on her at all. Oh, she's got a marking here. So maybe that is part of it. She's got a little gray, like a little gray mark on her, the inside of her leg there. I'll show you guys once I get her out of this cardboard packaging. So let me go ahead and do that and take a real good look at her. But yes, this is her outside of the out of the plastic. Isn't she pretty? She looks like solid black felt pony, so I know in some pictures of her though, it looks like she's got a little bit of bay marking on her. I don't really think that black horses are actually solid black, but there might be some out there. Like the black and white horses, those are probably more black than anything, but gosh, these are really tight. No wonder people use clips and scissors to undo these. Let's see, I have some clippers here. Let's see if they'll work. Snip them. Let's see. Yeah, that works. That's very good. Okay. I don't know if I snipped enough or not. Trying not to create any marks on her. So her back leg is free. Her front leg is almost free. And there you go. She is free. Wow, she feels substantial. She doesn't feel heavy, but she feels very solid. More so than I expected. She doesn't feel she doesn't feel hollow. Like I expected them to be like hollow plastic horses, but she almost feels like a resin. Like if you ever had a resin sculpture or resin statue or of anything, not quite resin feeling, but almost as substantial as a resin. So that's nice. It doesn't feel like a toy. I will say that. It doesn't feel like a plastic toy or anything like that. It does feel very collectible. Her eye paint is, one of her eyes is covered up by her mane, and that's very cute. Her ribbon here is very, very pretty. I don't know if I can get a good shot of her eyeball, because this is my laptop camera, and I don't know if it's gonna really show very well. But that's her face. Oh, it's very pretty. I love her mold. I think it's very, very pretty. I don't see any dappling on her. Now she's got these gray spots on the inside of her legs, like on 3 of them. And I don't know if that's actually, they're like kind of bubbled up a little. I want to say that's actually supposed to be there. I worried about her having flaws. So I don't know if those are actually flaws, but I don't see any real rub marks on her or shiny marks on her like some people say. But I'm also new to this, so I just don't see any flaws at all. I mean, you can see her seams, but I expected that we would be able to see the seams on these horses. The bottoms of her hoofs are pretty cool. I don't see anywhere that there was supposed to be a horseshoe. She does have numbers on one of the bottom of her feet here. I don't know if you can see that. Right there in gold. She doesn't have any belly markings though. And her belly is completely black. She does have a raised stamp on the inside of her thigh right here. And it just says Breyer horses with the copyright symbol in the middle of it. But she's absolutely stunning. I'm glad to have her, and for her to be my first one, I think is kind of fitting because I was born in England, and I don't know if she's still living, the horse herself. I don't know. I'll look that up soon. But yes, this is Carltonlima Emma. So there's the side, the front. Love her mold. And there's the other side with her mane. I think I can remove the ribbon so you can see more of her mane. There we go. So it's just really pretty. And then it goes into her face on this side. It's just like bangs. It's so pretty. And I don't know horse terminology. I see a lot of girls and their videos, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'll ever remember to say that about, a horse. So forgive me if my terminology is all over the place. But here's the tail. And it's kind of swaying a little, like she's walking and it's swaying. So it's really pretty. That's what she looks like without a ribbon. She looks kind of naked without it. The ribbon kind of gives her a little pop of color I feel like she needs. Really pretty display with that ribbon. I love it. So it's like a royal purple. I love her. Love her. And I know she may not be exciting to anybody else, but she's exciting to me. I'm glad they made her. So I didn't know what to expect, but she does feel solid. The paint is beautiful up close, and I totally get why people love collecting these. Alright, so confession, I may have already ordered a couple more Breyers. So you'll be seeing more unboxings here soon. One I'm keeping in the box because I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it for my husband. He does not want to take it out of the box. He already found out about it and figured out which one I ordered for him. So I can't wait to show y'all, but he is not coming out of this box. And so that's pretty much it. That's my very first Breyer unboxing. If you're new to the hobby too, let me know in the comments what your first model was or which one you got your eye on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next videos. I'll be sharing my new arrivals, the Halloween collection that's coming out, and whatever else I discover as I dive into the hobby. I know that eBay has been calling my name, but I kind of want to see and learn more before I start spending a lot of money on eBay. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I know this might have been a longish little video, but I hope that you come along with me for the ride as we collect Breyer together and learn more. Bye!